Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Video footage shows Daniela Rule and the mystery woman in St. Andrew. Police investigators have video footage of slain 80-year-old Daniela Rule in the company of a woman in an area close to where she was found with her throat slashed, a top police official has confirmed. However, Deputy Police Commissioner Bailey said the video quality is very poor. Bailey disclosed too that the woman's identity is not yet known. "You can't really see everything, but you know it's a woman," he stated. Rue, who is the daughter of a cop, died at Bustamante Hospital for Children on Saturday, almost 2 days after she was abducted outside her school. Bailey said investigators believe Rue was picked up by the woman at Brighton Primary and Infant School in St. Catherine. It is unclear how they traveled, but the video showed Rue and the woman near Roosevelt Avenue, near the National Stadium in St. Andrew. Deputy Commissioner of Corrections died of strangulation post-mortem. Deputy Commissioner of Corrections Reverend Arvin Moore, whose body was found off the Cross Point Tree Hill Main Road earlier this month, died as a result of strangulation, a post-mortem revealed. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Bailey told reporters that the post-mortem was done on Monday. It is reported that the cause of death was due to strangulation. "It is not really surprising to us, because we reported previously that we did not suspect any foreplay in his death," Bailey stated. He added that investigations are ongoing. "Our investigation is not closed, and we have not seen any evidence that there was any third party traveling with him, or there is no reason to have any suspicion that there was any third party at the location." Bailey also urged anyone with information about Moore's death to call 881-311 or 119. Moore was the acting Deputy Director of Rehabilitation and Probation Aftercare Service at the Department of Correctional Services and was last seen on Farewell Avenue, Mullines Road in Kingston on Monday, May 29. Reverend Moore began working with the department on February 1, 2003 as a probation officer. He was appointed on October 1, 2004. He was promoted on October 1, 2017 to Chief Probation Aftercare Officer. He was assigned Deputy Commissioner of Rehabilitation and Probation Aftercare Services on May 12, 2023. Lasker staff pay respect to late founder Lascelles Chin. Some Lasker Group staff members were overcome with emotions Monday as they paid their respect to former Lascelles Chin at a viewing ceremony for the late businessman at the company's headquarters on Red Hills Road in St. Andrew. Reporters understand that several staff members were moved to tears during the ceremony held on Monday morning. Among the teary-eyed workers was Chin's longtime personal assistant, Constance. Chin, who was the executive chairman of Lascelles Group of Companies at the time of his death, passed away on May 27 in Florida, United States, surrounded by family. He was 86. CCTV cameras to be installed at primary schools, say Williams. At a special devotion on Monday to honor 8-year-old Daniela Rule, who died after she was abducted from school and her throat slashed, Minister of Education and Youth Favor Williams said closed-circuit television cameras are to be installed at the entrances of primary schools. Williams added that it is part of the ministry's effort to strengthen safety and security measures at these institutions. She made the announcement while addressing stakeholders of Brighton Primary and Infant School in Portmore, St. Catherine. Rue, who was abducted from school on June 8, was found by a member of the Jamaica Defense Force suffering from injuries sustained. She was taken to hospital, where she succumbed on June 10. We've generally reserved CCTVs or safety cameras for high school, especially those in vulnerable areas. But having seen what is happening here at this very quiet primary and infant school, we have to begin to increase the safety and security. So, at the very least, when there is a situation, we can at least get some footage, Williams maintained. The Portmore Municipal Corporation also pledged to work with the ministry to provide CCTV cameras for schools across the community. Williams lauded grief counselors at the school who are working with the teachers and students who interacted with Danielle. "We've already committed to her mother that we will, as a ministry, stand with her. We know that there will be many expenses associated with these unexpected expenses, and so we are committed to be with her throughout all of that," she stated. "I want to say to her, the mother, that we grieve with you. This is so unfair that your 8-year-old daughter was snatched away from you from the school community and from Jamaica as a whole. We will never know her potential, she added. Williams declared that the perpetrators involved should not be allowed to be among us, innocent civilians. That person or persons should be put away for a very long time, she stated. Commanding Officer for St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent of Police SSP Christopher Joseph, said the investigation is being led by the St. Andrew Central Division. This, he added, with support from his division's Criminal Investigations Branch. The senior officer urged principals of schools within the division to do your best to establish a safety and security committee to meet at least once per quarter. SSP Phillips said the division is prepared to have a police officer sit on the committee to help the school review and respond to incidents or obvious security gaps that may be developing. He has also recommended that the school safety and security policy, as it relates to all institutions, be updated that it can speak to the modern reality and that which creates standard procedures on school safety and security. SSP Phillips also urges members of the public to desist from spreading false information about the case on social media. Desist from this practice and allow the investigative process to unearth the truth. I want to assure you that the Jamaica Constabulary Force has more than enough competent investigators who are equipped to handle cases of this nature, he said. The devotion was also attended by a significant number of members from the JCF and Jamaica Fire Brigade, along with committee members and ministry stakeholders. Elderly man gunned down, body set on fire in Mobile. The Barnett Street Police in Montego Bay, St. James, are investigating the death of an elderly man who was shot multiple times and his body set on fire by a gunman on Sunday morning. The deceased has been identified as Tony Allen of New Road in Cambridge in the parish. He is believed to be in his late 60s. It is reported that around 3 a.m., men armed with M16 rifles drove to a section of Railway Lane in downtown Montego Bay and then walked into a yard along Dean's Lane where Allen was staying with family members. The gunmen reportedly cornered the elderly man who was outside in the yard and opened fire, hitting him several times before setting his body on fire with a Molotov cocktail. The gunmen then escaped in a waiting Toyota Vaxi minibus. Investigators from Barnett Street and Freeport Police Station were called to the scene. Allen's burnt body was disclosed, lying face down in blood, in the yard with multiple gunshot wounds. The police processed the scene and the body was later removed to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. St. James businessman fined $12,000 for marijuana possession. A St. James Parish judge told a businessman who pleaded guilty to possession of marijuana on Monday that if he wants to go into the industry, he should apply to the Cannabis Licensing Authority. This was after 49-year-old Renville Kerr pleaded guilty to possession and dealing in 3 pounds of marijuana that was found inside his business establishment. It is alleged that on April 19, a team of officers went to the accused man's business place and found 2 plastic bags containing marijuana. When cautioned, Kerr reported the asked officer to give him a chance. In mitigation, Kerr's attorney, Henry McCurdy, stated that his client was of a person of excellent character who had no prior convictions, who did not dispute knowledge of the narcotics, and asked that he be treated reasonably. Mr. Kerr, you did the right thing by admitting where you went wrong, and because of that, you will be shown mercy, Presiding Parish Judge Sasha Marie Smith-Ashley then said. The judge fined him $12,000 or 30 days for possession of drug, and no evidence was offered on the dealing charge. Mr. Kerr, if this is something you wish to do in lawful, please go to the Cannabis Licensing Authority, the judge instructed Kerr before allowing him to leave the courtroom. The Cannabis Licensing Authority, CLA, was established in 2015 under the Dangerous Drug Act Amendment Act, DDA, with the specific rule no establish and regulate Jamaica's licensed ganja and hemp industry. However, the CLA commenced operation in 2016 and issued the Dangerous Drug Cannabis Licensing Regulation 2016. The authority's mandate is to create regulations to guide the development of an orderly legal ganja and hemp industry in Jamaica for the use of the plant and by its product for medical, therapeutic, and scientific purposes. Ensure that the regulations created and activities within the industry are in keeping with Jamaica's international obligations. Is a license, permits, and authorization of the handling of ganja and hemp. Please remember to subscribe, like, share,